But let's do this. We usually obsess over the flashy stuff in AV, the massive 8K video walls, the invisible speakers.
The stuff you can see.
Exactly. But today, we're looking at the brain of the operation, the invisible box sitting in a rack somewhere that actually makes sure the right picture gets to the right screen.
The unsung heroes of the setup, for sure. It feels like magic when it just works, but there's always some heavy-duty hardware making it happen.
Right. And today, we are doing a deep dive into the Kramer VS-88H2. We've pulled the specs from a listing over at HDTV Supply, and on the surface, okay, it's an 8x8 4K HDR Matrix Switcher. But this thing it's basically a high-performance traffic cop for really complex signals.
It really is. The 8x8 part is pretty standard 8 HDMI inputs. You can route them to 8 HDMI outputs simultaneously. But, Kramer's not targeting your living room here.
No, this is for professional environments.
Exactly. And that's why the emphasis on signal quality is so high.
Which explains the video specs. I was looking at this. 4K at 60 Hz with 4.4.4 chroma sampling. Now, for a movie, you might not notice that sampling rate.
Probably not.
But in a conference room, that 4.4.4 number is everything, isn't it?
Oh, it's critical. If you throw a giant Excel spreadsheet with tiny text up on a 4K wall and you don't have 4.4.4 sampling,
It gets fuzzy.
It gets fuzzy, the lines blur, you get color fringing around the numbers. This device keeps that text razor sharp because there's no color compression.
And it's doing all that while handling HDR and HDCP 2.2, which is that digital handshake that lets modern content actually play. Yeah. But I also saw a feature called reclocking and equalization. That sounds like marketing speak. Is it?
No, not at all. It's actually vital for signal integrity. Yeah. In big installs, digital signals, they degrade over long cables, they get noisy. Yeah. This unit literally rebuilds the signal. It reclocks it. So by the time it actually hits the display, it's crisp and stable again. It stops that digital snow or those random blackouts you see in, cheaper setups.
Got it. Okay, so the video pipe is solid, rock solid. But here's where it got really interesting for me. And honestly, this was the aha moment of this whole deep dive. The audio...
I thought that might catch your eye.
Oh, yeah. Usually in a standard HDMI switcher, audio and video are just, they're married. You switch input 1 to screen 1, the audio just tags along for the ride. But this thing claims to be an 8x8 video switcher that acts like a 16x16 audio matrix. How? How are they getting 16 audio sources out of 8 HDMI inputs?
It's clever engineering. So it takes the 8 embedded digital audio inputs from your HDMI sources. Sure, that's standard. But it also supports 8 ARC sources.
The audio return channel coming back from the display.
It comes right back from the display. So it completely decouples the audio layer from the video layer.
Whoa. So you can route any of those embedded audio inputs or the ARC sources to any digital output you want.
Completely independently. Yeah.
That is just massive for flexibility. I'm thinking of a sports bar. You could have the main game video on the big screen from input 1, but pipe the radio commentary from a totally different source through the house speakers.
And the bartender doesn't need a separate audio mixer to do it. Or think about a corporate all-hands meeting where you need to mix and match feeds from different presenters. It simplifies the whole rack design.
Because you stop thinking about HDMI cables and start thinking about separate video and audio streams that just happen to travel on the same wire.
You got it.
Okay, but all this routing power is useless if you need a PhD to switch inputs. I see something called step-in over HDMI listed as a control feature. That's for automation, right?
Yeah. Imagine a conference room. If you plug your laptop into a step-in enabled wall plate, the switcher detects that live signal in it automatically takes over the main screen.
So it creates that seamless, I plugged it in and it worked experience.
No fumbling for a remote. It just works.
And what about the IT team, the people managing the building? They aren't left out, are they?
Not at all. You can control the whole thing through embedded web pages over the LAN.
Oh, that's nice.
Or, RS-232 serial commands if you're integrating with older control systems. Plus, it has active source detection, so it automatically prioritizes signals based on what's actually turned on.
And physically, this isn't a coffee table piece of gear. It comes with rack ears, fits a standard 19-inch width. It's built to live in a server closet.
Oh, definitely. And the price reflects that pro tier. HDTV Supply has it discounted to roughly, $4,350?
Yeah, around $4,352.
Yeah.
It's an investment piece.
It is.
So what's the big takeaway here? I feel like we're moving away from that rigid Input A goes to output B thinking.
That's it, exactly.
Good.
It feels like it changes the entire philosophy of room design. When you can separate the audio routing from the video routing in a single box like this, you aren't limited by the physical cable anymore.
That gives you options.
And in the world of AV, options are everything.
So here's a final thought for you to mull over. If a box like this can so easily detach audio from video and route them anywhere, how long until we stop caring about the HDMI port altogether? I mean, we're getting dangerously close to a world where source and display are just abstract concepts in a network, and the physical cable is. Well, it's irrelevant. Something to think about. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.